Okay, let's jump right in. We need to talk about a really critical health warning that honestly affects millions of people. It's all about how some of the healthiest foods you have on your plate could actually be having a dangerous interaction with one of the most common medications out there, your blood pressure pills. Now, listen to this. This is a pretty startling warning coming directly from pharmacists. It points to this huge blind spot in our everyday health choices. And yeah, I know the idea that a common vegetable could become toxic sounds like something out of a movie, but it's a very real biochemical interaction that could be happening inside your body. So, this really makes you ask the question, right? Especially if you or someone you love is managing their blood pressure. Could the very foods you're choosing for your health actually be creating a risk you didn't even know was there? Let's break down exactly what is going on. We're calling this a hidden dinner danger for a very specific reason. The problem isn't the food itself. These vegetables are packed with nutrients. The real issue is a specific reaction that happens when they're mixed with certain medications. That's what can turn a healthy meal into a serious health risk. And here it is, the heart of the matter. The conflict is between a super common type of blood pressure drug and potassium. Now, potassium is a vital nutrient. We all need it. But for people on these specific medications, getting too much of it from their diet can throw their entire system dangerously out of whack. All right, so how on earth does a perfectly healthy vegetable cause such a big problem? Well, it all comes down to the science of how these drugs work. And you know what? It's actually simpler than you might think. First things first, what even is an ACE inhibitor? You might recognize names on your prescription bottle like lisinopril or enalapril. Basically, what these drugs do is they relax your blood vessels. This makes it way easier for your heart to pump blood, and boom, that lowers your blood pressure. They are incredibly common and they work really well. But here's the catch, the part most people don't know about. As part of their main job, ACE inhibitors tell your kidneys to flush out extra sodium in water, which is great. But at the exact same time, they send another signal to your body, hey, hold on to your potassium. And that's where the trouble starts. Now, see, your body is already holding on to potassium because of the medicine. So if you then sit down and eat a meal that's really high in potassium, those levels can start to build up and up to a dangerous point. This condition has a medical name. It's called hyperkalemia, and it's serious. It can cause heart palpitations, muscle weakness, and in the worst cases, it can absolutely be life-threatening. Okay, so that's the science behind it. Now let's get practical. Which common dinner vegetables are we actually talking about here? Let's get specific and look at 5 of the most potassium-rich foods you really need to be mindful of if you're taking an ACE inhibitor. And wow, look at this list. Potatoes, spinach, tomatoes. I mean, these are the cornerstones of what we all think of as a healthy diet. Avocados and sweet potatoes are hailed as superfoods. So let me say it again. These foods are not bad. They're great. But for someone on this specific medication, a big serving could push them toward that dangerous potassium buildup we just discussed. It's all about being aware. Now, before you start worrying that your diet is ruined, don't. This is not about restriction. It's just about making smart substitutions. And the great news is there are tons of delicious, healthy vegetables that are lower in potassium, which makes them much safer choices. Let's look at a few easy swaps. This is so simple. Instead of that baked potato, you could have some delicious roasted cauliflower. Trading a spinach salad? Try one with crisp cabbage or iceberg lettuce for that crunch. If you're craving tomatoes, think about swapping in red bell peppers or cucumbers. And for that creamy texture you get from avocado, try apples or berries. See, these little changes can make a massive difference to your safety. So we've laid out the problem, the science, and some really simple solutions. Now, what do you actually do with all this information? Here is a simple 3-step action plan you can use to protect yourself, starting right now. Okay, step 1, just check your medicine cabinet. Figure out what you're actually taking. Step 2, just pay attention to your diet for a day or two. No big changes, just notice, are you eating a lot of those high potassium foods? And step 3, and this is by far the most important, talk to a professional. Bring this info to your pharmacist or your doctor. They know your health history and can give you advice that's tailored just for you. Please never, ever make these kinds of changes on your own. You know, this whole thing is such a powerful reminder that our food and our medicine don't live in separate little boxes. They interact. The potassium issue we talked about today is just one example, which really leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? What other hidden interactions might be lurking in your kitchen? And how can a simple conversation with your pharmacist help you find them?